Okay guys, so in this video, I'm going to rank all these Sith minifigures in terms of their investment value. And so for S tier, it will be those I think that is currently not at such an inflated price, but the future value of it will have a great potential. And of course at C, which is the last position, is what I feel that the figure is quite overpriced or inflated, and probably the future value is not going to increase any further. And so all these Siths you see here, it's not every single one, because for the Darth Mauls there's like 10 over figures, but I only put the more popular ones here, which is these two. And same for the the Palpatines. I only have like three of it here. So yeah, all this video is not financial advice, it's for entertainment purposes only. So let's start with the first one, the Count Dooku. So this is the very old version of Count Dooku. So it's quite vintage, so it's quite collectible, but I don't see the value rising too much in the past few years. So I'm gonna put it at B. So for the Darth Vader, this is the light up version, so it's quite valuable. I think it's going around $100 on Bricklink, but I don't see it going that much up in value, so going to put it at B. Palpatine. This is the Palpatine which I think came in the Imperial Inspection. This is the most expensive version, and it's because of the head. That's because it's so expensive. So it's going around $90 to $100 in Bricklink now. So everything I say here is Singapore dollars lah. Bricklink, but then as again, I don't see it really going much up in value. So gonna be put it at B. So for this General Grievous, I think it's at quite a fair price now. It's going around $40 to $50, and this is the version with the cape, which is the most expensive version. So without the cape, this is actually quite a worthless figure. So you want the cape in mint condition, that's where the figure's value is from. So at around $40 to $50, I think this will continue to go up quite a lot, so I think it's worth investing in it. Well, although droids in general don't seem to go up much in value, but I think this will. So this is Starkiller, so it's a Darth Vader's apprentice. So this one, I've seen quite a huge spike in price increase for the past year. I think it's going around like $60 to $80 now. If you want to get it in a new condition, I think it's $70 and above on Bricklink. So for such a simple figure, the torso is the only one that is unique. So I'm gonna put this at A, because I think this is still gonna continue going up further. So next one is Asajj Ventress. This is the skirt version, which is the most expensive. Or maybe even this white one is more expensive now, because this one has been shooting up quite a lot in price recently. So this one came from the gunship, and this has been the stagnant price for quite some time already. It's going around like $30 to $40. So although it's a good price, I don't know if the future value is going to be increasing much. But yeah, so I'm just going to put it at B. So I forgot to say at the beginning of the video. So everything that I mentioned here, right, is in the assumption that you're going to buy all of this at the current value. If you can get a good deal out of any of these figures, buying it like way below its value, then of course just go for it. So next is the Asajj Ventress with the white torso. So this one came in the Anakin's custom Starfighter, if I'm not wrong. And it only came in one set, if I'm not wrong either. And this one has shot up quite a lot in value, but it's still not that expensive yet. But as far as desirability, I'm not so sure. So it's either A or B. So I think it's going to be an A for me. Next one is the Chrome Darth Vader. So this is a extremely expensive figure. I think this is the most expensive figure in this whole list here. And I think it's going around $300 to $400. And if you want sealed, I think it's like $500 and above. So such an expensive figure, I don't think although yes, it's going to go up more in value because this will never be remade, but at such a high investment, I don't think many people are willing to pay the premium for this. So I'm going to put it at C because it's already at a too inflated price now, and finding a buyer for this may be hard. So this is the red version of Palpatine. This one came in the magnet set and also the Venator. So this is quite cheap. It's going around $20 or even less. So I'm going to put it at B. Nothing much to say about this, but I think this is a pretty unique figure, and because of his cape, I think it's quite desirable also. So let's talk about this, the second Palpatine, which is the second most expensive version compared to this hooded one. So this is going around $60 on Bricklink now. And I don't see really much desirability on this figure. So I think it's going to be a little hard to sell it at a premium. But I think if you wait a few more years, it will still go up in value, but maybe not so much. So I'm going to put it at B. Count Dooku. So this kind of version of Count Dooku is pretty cheap also. I think it's going around $25 in good condition on Bricklink used. So this one came in a magnet set, and I think 2 other sets. I can't remember his own ship and maybe the Venator. I'm not so sure. So because it came in the magnet set, I think that's what make this figure quite cheap. But if you get this figure with his lightsaber hilt, the chrome lightsaber hilt, I think you can sell it around $38 and above. So at a low investment value, I think it's a good investment to invest in this particular Count Dooku figure. So for Savage Opress, again this came in one set only, which came with, I think, this version of Asajj. So this one I also see is a quite steady increase in value, and it's going around $25 if you get it in good condition now on Bricklink. So this is an unexpected figure that I'll put in the S tier, because I don't see much supply of this, and I think it's going to keep going up in value significantly over the next few years. And most important of all, it's not that expensive yet, so it's quite easy to find buyers for this even at a premium. So for this version of Asajj, it's pretty cheap on Bricklink now. You can get it at maybe $10 or less, even in good condition. So, but then I don't know the desirability of this figure, so I'm gonna put it at C. So Darth Malgus, this is going around $150 if you want to get it in good condition on Bricklink. And maybe if new, you're probably gonna pay over $200 for this. So it only came in one set, the Sith Fury class Interceptor. I probably got that wrong, but yeah. I think this is a pretty good investment because it looks very unique, and the desirability for this is very, very good. Many people are seeking this figure, and there's not much supply for it. So even at its inflated price, I think it's still going to go up in value, and there'll be always buyers for this. So I'm going to put it in S. So next, actually I'm not sure whether this is a Sith or not. This one came in the Palpatine's Arrest set. So I think Anakin has already turned Sith, or maybe halfway. But I'm just going to include it in this list. So overall desirability of this figure, I don't really see it that desirably. So I'm going to put it at B. And it's going around $35 and above now. So Count Dooku. This is the most valuable version of Count Dooku. Came in the Geonosis set, Battle of Geonosis, I think. It's going around $80 to $90 if you want to get it used like new or brand new on Bricklink. Although it's quite a heavy investment in this also, I think this is going to be a great investment also, especially if you get it with his chrome lightsaber hilt. And I think this will continue to go up in value, and there will be definitely buyers for this because this is a highly desirable figure. Next, if you've seen my other videos, you have known that I really think this Darth Maul with the mechanical legs will do super well in value. And now it's very cheap. You can get it for like $20 in good like new condition on Bricklink. So I think it's going to the S tier. This is a figure that people may overlook, but yeah, I think it's very good. This version of Darth Maul came in the poly bag, and I don't know why it's so expensive now. Maybe because of the printed arms. But then, desirability wise, I don't think many people are seeking this figure at inflated prices. Everyone wants to get a good deal of this, so I think it's going to be quite hard to sell it at its value. So I'm going to put it at B. Sith Warrior. So this, over the past year, I think has gained quite a lot of attention and people are seeking it. And the prices now is quite crazy. It's going around $60 to $70. Back then, maybe a year ago, I remember seeing this for going around $30 only in like new condition. So I think this, I'm going to put it A, because I wouldn't put it at S, because myself, I wouldn't buy this at its value. This version of Palpatine, if I'm not wrong, came in the Tri-Droid Fighter, one of the droid fighters. Even though it's quite a rare figure, I don't think there's much desirability in this. So I'm going to put it at B. Darth Revan. So this is a highly desirable figure. It came in a poly bag, and I think there's many buyers looking for this. And it's going around like $200 used. And if you want to get it inside the poly bag seal, I think it's around 300 Singapore dollars. So I'm not sure if I'm going to buy this at its value, but I don't know. If I get a chance to get it at a fair value, I might get it. So I'm going to put it at S, because this is a very iconic character also. So for these two Inquisitors, I don't think they're Siths, but I'm just going to include it in this list. So for this Grand Inquisitor, the original one, it shot up quite a lot in value after the Kenobi show came out, but then it dropped back down. And I don't see the desirability of this figure very high now, so I'm going to put it at B. I think it's going around $50 on Bricklink now. So for this fifth brother, the original one, I don't know, this one is still holding its value at almost $100 on Bricklink, but I feel that people are not willing to pay it for its value, so I'm going to put it at B also. Because ever since the two new versions came out, the desirability of these two has gone down quite significantly. Nare, I don't know how to pronounce this girl's name or guy's name. Nare or Ne, I think it's Nare. So this figure has been quite stagnant also, around $20, and I don't think it's going to rise up much further in value, so I'm going to put it at C. This Droid Hunter, it's rising quite significantly in value. I remember seeing a year back it's $30 new on Bricklink, and now it's almost $50. So if you can get it at its value, then I think this will be a good investment. So I'm going to put it S. And lastly, this version of Darth Vader, the Bacta tank, came in the Darth Vader's castle. So I thought that after the Kenobi show came out, this will significantly increase in value, but it did not. And I don't think people are looking for this figure either. And I'm going to put it as C. So, yeah. Again, these are all my opinion only and not financial advice. But in the S tier, this is the figures that I think is worth investing in for all the Siths. And for C, especially this, although this Darth Vader in the Chrome version is very sought after and valuable, I think if you're a reseller, I think it's quite hard to make a profit on this unless you're getting it at a super good deal and then you resell it. So yeah, if you like this kind of video, please give me a thumbs up and remember to subscribe, because I think I'll be doing another version of this in like for Jedi's, Mandalorians and so on.